World of sports, ahoy! How's everybody doing this Friday afternoon? Is it Friday afternoon, wherever you're joining me from? Friday afternoon here in Australia, and I'm very keen for Friday night footy doubleheader in the NRL. We've got really a couple of games with two different dynamics going on. You've got the potential battle of the wooden spoon happening here in just a few minutes' time. The Tigers taking on the Warriors. And then, straight after it, second game in the doubleheader, the total opposite end of the table. Although, not at the moment, because the Rabbitohs haven't won a game yet. I can't believe I'm saying that. They'll get a win eventually. I just don't think it'll be tonight. But for now, let's pour our attention on this game, the Tigers versus the Warriors. Who have you got? I've gone the Tigers, and I'll tell you why I've gone the Tigers is because I vowed to myself that I would never, ever, 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 have I mentioned ever? Never, ever, ever will I tip the Warriors again for as long as I live. I mean, unless something drastically happens and they suddenly become one of the greatest teams in existence, which could happen one day. You never know. But I suppose if it hasn't happened yet, but I digress. Yes, I am on the... I've got the Tigers tonight. I just can't do it. I can't bring myself under any circumstance to tip the Warriors. They've just let me down too many times. Going to be a very interesting one, though. Tigers, Warriors. So I've got a poll running at the moment on the YouTube. Is this potentially the battle for the wooden spoon? Overwhelming so far. 100% of the votes. Mind you, I don't know how many votes that actually is representative of. But it's 100%. 100% agree that this is potentially the battle of the spoon for season 2022. Which is unfortunate. Because I've got nothing against either side. What you want to see, you want to see a Manly or a Storm or somebody down there battling it out for the wooden spoon, don't you? We don't want to see the poor Tigers down there. Warriors. Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are another one who are potentially... They're potentially down there this season. But a long time to go yet, isn't there? Plenty of time to go. The Wasted World of Sports, welcome along. Wherever you're joining me from. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. Just a few minutes away from kickoff now. This game actually, I mean, it's a real dud of a game, really, when you think about it. I mean, in all honesty, it's a really dire-looking affair, but those can quite often be surprising, can't they? Both teams really need to win. Very nice. Oh, very nice. Block of roaches on the commentary. That's fabulous. I love Block of roach on the commentary. So the Tigers, there's one of my boys, Nofaluma. He's in one of my same game multis. And that's what it's all about for me tonight. Same game multis. What have I got? Have I got time to throw another one on? I probably do. Let's see. I can't remember what I said in my predictions video. Oh, well. It was probably wrong anyway. Let's be honest. I know I definitely don't want to try and pick a winner in this one. Event starting. Okay, I need to quickly get this in. Montoya, Norfoluma, Reece Walsh. No, Adam Pompey. And who was the other one? Tigers. Norfoluma and Tigers. Tigers, 47 results, my God. This is not good. Have they had a late scratching or something? They have. Mamalo's out. Right, okay, Starford Tower then. Starford Tower. All right, there we go. I snuck a bet. All right, so I've got a bet return coming for today. I put a multi on this game. So there's obviously been a late scratching to Ken Mamalo. Jeez, I might have to second guess my tipping as well. It would have been handy if I knew this. I was too busy setting the streams up for tonight. I wasn't aware of all these last second changes. I'm not a fan of that. A last minute change. Do I dare change my tip that is currently with the Tigers? Do I dare change it? No, I don't dare. I can't do it. I cannot under any circumstance tip the Warriors. I just can't. Can't be done. But that's interesting. Over there on... okay. I don't actually have Ken Mamalo in my same game multis. I think I spoke about him in the video, though. Oh, well, not to worry. Toa. Try scorer. All right, can we see that? That's all good. Nice. Saves me having to worry about doing any graphics for this one. Brooks, fifth and last, puts the kick up, and this is the first attacking kick of the game, and Reece Walsh has covered it very nicely, but the Warriors are starting play 10 metres out from their own line. They've got a long way to go on the back of that mistake that they made at the very top of the game. And, that's going to help. It's a penalty for the Warriors. Tigers up offside, giving away a stupid penalty, it must be said. I want to hear about this late scratching of Ken Mamalo. Wow, Tigers 25 errors over the first 2 weeks, Warriors 23. This could be an error fest. But here come the Warriors. They are well and truly into the Tigers' territory now. 30 metres out on tackle 3. They will get an attacking kick, assuming they hold the ball. Well, he's actually kicked it now. There's nobody at the back is why. And it's going to be a set restart. Did he get out? No, he did not. So an early chip kick. And it's a set restart. Or a dropout. They'll get the ball back, I mean. You can't say set restart anymore because the set restart means kicks again. So Harris Tavita, I thought he buggered that up with the early kick, but it turns out he actually did quite well. So this is what we've got going on in multi-land as the Tigers drop it out, and it's a big dropout over halfway. Nikorima. Big break there, 20 metres out, and it's only the second tackle. 6 again. Set restart. Ruck infringement. And they've dropped the ball. It's gone backwards, though. That went backwards. It's been called a knock on. It was definitely a knock backwards. He's thinking about challenging. You can't challenge it after you see the replay, mate. Just so you're aware. No, that was a knock on, actually. I called it a knock back at the time. It was definitely a knock. I take it all back. It was most definitely a knock on. And they had just got a set restart as well, so that is disastrous for the Warriors. Disaster. So there's one of my multis that I've got 3 legs. West Tigers to win. Montoya for the Warriors, anytime try scorer. Stafford Toa, anytime try scorer for the Tigers. And that is that's a potential win of $137.50 for me. So that'd be a good one to get. I'd be happy with that. $137.50. And the Tigers have got a set restart now. Now, they'll probably drop the ball because it seems like it's going to be one of those games. Ahoy there, Janky Jeff. Welcome along. And so the other one that I just put on right before kickoff. And all the Tigers are over. Tamou. And it's been awarded first try. I'm glad I didn't have anything on first try scorer because I wouldn't have got that right. James Tamou. It's gone up as a try. We're going to have to look at it, see if he got it down. And so the other one that I snuck in was a 4-leg multi, which is all just try scorers. So Montoya, try scorer. Orfaluma, try scorer. Pompey, try scorer. And Stafford Toa, try scorer. And that 4 legs, potential win. Can't type the potential win there is 91.50 because I didn't throw as much onto that one, apparently. So that's the same game multis that I've got going on in this game. Apologies that I don't have any nice graphics for it like I have on the other games, you know, like this sort of thing. Yeah, like that sort of thing. Sorry, I don't have that going on for this game. I wasn't expecting to be interested in this game in the slightest, let alone actually watching it and live streaming it. But as it transpires, I am. But those multis, the prices on those multis were a little bit too much to pass up. I can't pass up a good multi. I'm much more excited about the game coming up, though, the Rabbitohs-Roosters game. I've got some big money on that game, and I can't wait. One of my multis in that game has a potential payout of almost $2,000. So I'll definitely be very excited and very much watching that one later on this evening. So we don't have all that much money riding on this game, but there's a couple of good payouts there. If they both paid out, it'd be a couple of $100 profit for the match, which is good for a battle of the wooden spoon. So the conversion was obviously successful. I missed it. I was too busy setting up the multis. My bad. But he did kick it, and it is the Tigers up 6-0. Now Reece Walsh has got some space here, and then he just got absolutely bollocksed in that tackle. That's the thing about Reece Walsh, and not just Reece Walsh. I've said it about a couple of the young guys. He just gets bulldozed and manhandled easily. He's quick, he's elusive, but once somebody lines him up and gets hold of him, not a lot of meters in him, but he's going to keep developing, of course. He's probably 2 or 3 years away from fully developing, and a whole different ballgame then, isn't it? Now, the Warriors are shifting it wide. Their most expansive play so far, but the Tigers have covered it defensively. Back the other way now, back to the right-hand side, and a kick. Somewhat attacking kick. Brooks could be done for an escort there. You've got to be so careful. Lots of guys in front of the ball. They're out of play. Don't get involved, you get penalised. So how you doing there, Jenky Jeff? You got any multis of your own happening on this game? Leilua looking for the offload. Fifth and last, their own side of halfway. And Brooks going high, I've noticed. And the Warriors cover that out all right. Baden, ahoy there, mate. Reece Walsh will the game for the Warriors. Will win the game. You know what? I think it was last year. Probably was last year. Cheeky bugger, Reece Walsh. He won the game for the Warriors against the Sharks. I wasn't happy that day. Now the Warriors are playing expansive again. They've come down the right-hand side. There's Pompey. There's one of our try scorers. Fifth and last. There's going to be another attacking kick for the Warriors here. Should they decide to do it. They do. It's high. Backtracking. Norfoluma was backpedaling. Now, this is going to be very interesting. It's gone up as a try right in the left-hand corner. Right in the left-hand corner. I need to choose my words more carefully. Over in the left-hand corner, Norfoluma was backtracking there to try and take the high ball. And that is what led to the error. And the try, Ewan Aitken. I did not have him on the multi. I could have, actually. His name came up in the statistics. But this game has been every bit as loose and expansive as I was expecting so far. That's for sure. (6-4), difficult conversion. Now, jumping over to the tipping contest, because I'm locked in now. I have gone for the Tigers. I have no faith in predicting the Warriors. They've let me down too many times. But you know what's going to happen? The time that I don't predict them or don't tip them, that's the time that they're going to actually decide to show up. This is a game that you would anticipate they really have a good shot at winning. So I was pretty torn. But let's have a look at what everyone else has done in the wasted world of sports. Tipping contest. Lots of people have gone Warriors. Lots of people above me. Lots of people below me. It was calculated risk for me, this game, because if I drop this game, I can't be caught by anyone below me. Reece Walsh has actually converted it right down the middle of the posts. And we are all square. All square. So there's only 4 of us in the contest that have gone for the Tigers. Everyone else has gone the Warriors. So that's interesting. The Warriors were the favourites with the bookmakers and with the tipsters, of course, but I've gone Tigers. You never know what Warriors team's going to show up. And it looks like today the Warriors team that's shown up are playing expansive. The passes are sticking. They've got the wind. In their sails. Not the actual wind at the ground. I don't know what direction the wind is blowing, but they look pumped up for this one. The Warriors. I might be regretting my decision to tip against them. But 6-all, 13.5 minutes gone. Early kick again by the Warriors. It seems to be a tactic that they're going with today. Early kicks. And Laurie slips over on the kick return. So the Tigers are starting in atrocious position. He just slipped. He's going to have to change his studs for something a bit... Oi, straight out of marker. And they are racing up in defense. The Warriors have really got their tails up here. 4th tackle, and the Tigers are nowhere. 5th and last, and this kick is going to be coming from inside the 40. Well, he's kicked from dummy half, which was actually pretty smart. It's gone straight down Reece Walsh's gullet, though. And again, as I was saying, he's just running up. He doesn't make any post-contact meters. Because he's little. You don't expect him to make post-contact meters. Did you know Steve Blocker-Roach had 17 origins for New South Wales? Just popped up on the screen there. Blocker-Roach on commentary, of course, on Fox Sports. Fourth tackle, and we're going to get another attacking kick here for the Warriors. Looking for the offload. So essentially, the Tigers started strong. James Tamou got the first try. 5th and last, Nikorima goes high. And, geez, Brooks has really got to watch these potential escorts. He's going to get pinged at some point tonight. That's the second time I've just watched him kind of just casually backtracking into the path of the chasers. And you are, of course, not allowed to do that too, obviously. And this is a better set for the Tigers. Slightly better. They're spreading it on the 4th from inside their own territory. And that turns out to be a good set. 5th and last, just on the Warriors' side of halfway. Brooks goes high again. Reece Walsh has got that covered very easily. What's with all the rat's tails? Can I ask that? What's with all the rat's tails this season? Reece Walsh has got a little baby one. What was the game we were watching the other night? It was a few guys with rat's tails all having a go at each other. I don't understand the appeal. Well, almost halfway through the first half, I would have liked to have had at least one leg of the multi sealed and delivered by now. Usually, that's a pretty good indicator. If you get one on the board nice and early. Fifth and last, Warriors are going to get another somewhat attacking kick. Aristovitas put that a bit too deep, though. Way too deep. 7 tackle set now for the Tigers. And we've got to go back and start it again. Tigers in front of the tap, so Nufaluma has to go back and do it again. And essentially what that means, except here goes whoever number 21 is. I haven't done my research. But that was looking like a really bad start to the set because they had to restart the tap. But he made a little half break. And it turns out to be a good start to the set. Second tackle, big leg drive there. And they are into the Warriors' territory. And if they can just hold on to the ball, they should... Well, that's a forward pass straight out of dummy half. Jeez, that was big forward pass there. Missed by everybody except for me. They just need to hold the ball, and there will be an attacking kick at the end of this set. And here goes Brooks. A little bit of space on the inside. He's shut down. Fifth and last. And it's messy. Brooks has ended up with it, and it's too deep. It's a 7 tackle. Whoa! Whoa. Leilua thinks he scored a try. Let's have a look at this. I'm all ready for the 7 tackle set. Oh, he might have scored this. That's a try to the Tigers. Maybe. Wow, let's have a look at this again. I was thinking that's just going straight over the... Jeez. That's a rough... It's rough that wasn't even looked at. Not even looked at all. But anyways, that will be interesting come the end of the game. Because there's 6 points potentially. Oh, the coach is not happy. Michael Maguire's not happy. And I can understand. And it's a knock on by the Warriors. Wow, that's going to be a very interesting talking point at the end of this one. That looks like a try. You don't need control anymore. That's the key. You don't need control of the ball anymore. You just need to have contact with the ball on the ground. That's a try. You just have to get downward pressure. Thanks, blocker. You don't need control necessarily. You just need to get downward pressure these days. And that was a little bit of downward pressure. And a penalty to the Tigers. They're going to get another shot here. Good kick into touch. 35 meters out from the Warriors line. Wow. Tigers fans. Warriors fans. What do you think of that? Potentially should have been a try to the Tigers. Here they come now. That's a knock on. Oh, but it's a knock on by the Warriors. Touched by the Warriors. Tigers are going to get the ball back. So, yes, just having a look at the tipping contest. So I've got a pretty good opportunity here, actually. Who's above me? All right, I could jump up one spot. One spot in the tipping. But we are rapidly approaching halftime, and we don't have a single leg in the multi confirmed yet. I did think it was going to be all the back lines today. Here's a replay of the Leilua incident. The ball... Yep, he still had contact with the ball. I think that's a try. I can't understand why we didn't even look at that. Let's see how's the poll doing. The poll is 50% yes. Is this potentially the battle for the wooden spoon? 50% yes, 50% too early to call. In 4 votes. I think it's too early to call as well. I personally would not be surprised if it ends up being the Cowboys. I know that the penalty here to Tigers. So do they break the deadlock? Do you just break the deadlock? No, they tap and go. Good. Good work. That's what I like to see. Back yourself. Tap and go. When there's still this long left in the game. Brooks goes back inside. There's Leilua. He wants his try back. That was taken away from him. Just setting things up here. Third tackle. 5 meters out. They go right. Peachy to Brooks. Leilua again. He's getting involved heavily. And he's done a silly little offload. It's accomplished nothing except for getting Brooks tackled. You've gotten your playmaker tackled. At least it wasn't on tackle 5. And there's an intercept. And that's just... that's the Tigers right there. That's the Tigers right there. A no-look pass from Dane Laurie. Straight into the waiting hands of a Warriors player who had raced up. Blocker Roach informing us that he needs to throw the ball backwards. Good work, Blocker. Good work. And what's happened here? A knock on by the Warriors as they just rampaged into Tigers territory. They're not looking at a challenge here. I didn't see where the knock on happened, but... unless they called it a forward pass. The Tigers' first tackle, just their own side of halfway. I know I make it sound so simple, but they just need to get through their tackles here and put an attacking kick in. Don't try and do anything too fancy. Just get through the set. And it looks to be exactly what they're doing at the moment. Oh, we've got an injury. Who's this? Dislocated finger, I think. And it's a dropped ball by the Tigers. Oh, my goodness. Actually, I don't know if that's a dislocated. That might be a broken wrist or something. Trainer's called it up. His arm is basically just hanging there. He's got no stability, no stiffness at all in the arm. It is just hanging there. That looks nasty. That looks real nasty. Let's see what happened. Nothing really seemed to happen. Oh, well, sometimes it doesn't take much. He got up very gingerly. I mean, I'm not suggesting for 1 second that he's faking it or anything. I just can't. I didn't see where it happened or what happened. Oh, we nearly caught someone picking their nose in the coach's box. Who's that? He was very close to having a pick there. He's staying out there by the looks of it. He's just shaking it off. Shakes it off and carries on. Tough man. Offhand Gowie. Reece Walsh again, just bulldozed. The Warriors are making the most yardage, I'm pretty sure, if we see the stats. Fifth and last, trying to milk a penalty. It's another attacking kick. It's not the greatest one. It's a bit shallow. It's worked out just fine for them, though, because that is a try for Adam Pompey, and that is one of our multi-try scorers. So, even though this is terrible for my tipping, this is great for my multi, because we have one leg ticked off. Adam Pompey, I don't know what happened there. It was a terrible fifth tackle kick. It was like a video game. It was like playing rugby league live. You just pluck the ball out of obscurity and suddenly you're right at the try line with nobody in front of you. That was the most bizarre thing. 10 points to 6 and a pretty easy conversion to come. That's one of our multi-try scorers. Wow, that was terrible. That was terrible. And it makes me look foolish as well because I was saying, well, that's an awful kick. Suddenly, they score a try from that awful kick. But the Warriors are looking good. I couldn't tip the Warriors. I just couldn't do it. I could not bring myself to tip the Warriors because you just never know which Warriors team is going to show up on any given weekend. And it looks like we've got a decent Warriors team showing up today. Great. 12-6. 12 and a half minutes to go in the half. We've got one of our same game multi-legs ticked off. So that's good. That's a positive. Who do we need? So we got Pompey. We still need Montoya, Norfoluma, and Stafford Tower. Tigers need to step up here and have a good defensive set, because something like that can really, really just make a team drop off. We don't want to see the heads drop. We don't want to see them give up. We want to see... And, they've given up a penalty, and... Here we go. I've got a very bad feeling about how this is going to end up. I've got a very bad feeling. Oh dear. This is in danger of blowing out. This is in danger of blowing out. So what have we got time off? We got time off. The Tigers player is being called out. I'm guessing that's going to go on report. Surely it won't be a sin bin. Yep, just on report. I don't know what it's on report for, to be honest. But the Warriors here, 30 metres out on tackle 1 off the back of the penalty, kick to touch. And this could suddenly be looking a bridge too far for the Tigers very early. Harris Tavita just runs it up. Hello, Alaura. How are you? Ooh, they had an extra man there, but they couldn't get the ball out to him. That would have been one of our guys as well, I think. Potentially. Yes, it was. It was Montoya. It was one of our guys. Oh, well, that wouldn't have been too bad then. They've come out to the right-hand side now, the Warriors. All the space is back on the left. Oh, that would have been very close. There was an offload to the inside. He's knocked the ball on. That would have been very close to try time for the Warriors. There was space there. He's got through. He's offloaded. There was space with another offload. There was space, and it should have been a try under the post. That no try to Luciano Leilua is looking more and more damaging every minute that passes. That should have been a Tigers try. It really should have. Horrendous call, that one. But anyway, they've got to pick their heads up. I think if they can get to halftime without giving up any more points, they'll be happy. If they score some points themselves, they'll be even happier. But it won't be off this set, because a great dart out of dummy half has actually given them a good chance to put a decent kick in. Fifth and last, and he's knocked the ball on. He's knocked the goddamn ball on. You can't challenge offside. What's he talking about? If you can't challenge offside. Well, he has dropped it. He still had a hand on the ball. Interesting call, that one. I don't know why the referee was saying to him, you can't challenge offside. I mean, the call was for a knock-on, so surely you would have been able to challenge that. But anyways, 12 of 15 completions. The stats are all pretty even here, actually. It's going too fast for me to actually read in the chat room. But it was 52% possession to the Tigers, 48 Warriors. Tigers have got 12 of 15. Nikorima nearly gets through. The completion rates are pretty similar. The tackles in the opposition 20, pretty similar, which was really surprising because it feels like it's been all Warriors. Every time I look up at the screen, Warriors are down inside the... And it's a penalty, Warriors, that they will probably take the 2. I tell you what, the referee has got it in for the Tigers at the moment. Yeah, I mean, it was a penalty, but it could have easily been left to go as well. The referee has got it in for the Tigers. I'm just saying that. So the Warriors are taking the 2 here. I'm not surprised by that decision. 7 minutes to go till halftime. Go up by more than 6 points. Well, this has taken forever. They haven't stopped the clock. This has taken forever to get to the point where Reece Walsh is only just now lining up the kick. Are we trying to run down? Has everyone given up? We just want to go to halftime. We're just going to run out the 6 minutes left on the clock. This has taken a crazy amount of time. This is ridiculous. But anyways, we're finally, here we go. Reece Walsh to try and make it 14-6 to the Warriors. Maybe. I thought he was ready to go. Here he goes. And he's missed it. No, it's hooked back around. Did the banana kick. 14 points to 6. Warriors over the Tigers. Should be 14-12. I think it's going to be a very big talking point. The Leilua incident. Going to be a very, very big talking point after this game, the way it's going. Tamou's up and about, getting ready to come back on by the looks of it. So all the stats have been pretty close. It's only 8 points, so it's not like it's a shellacking at the moment, but the Tigers will feel like they've missed a trick here by being behind by 8. Every stat is so close. Ahoy there! Let me hope I say your name right. Aklesh from Fiji. Go the Tigers. The Tigers have been cheated out of it. Well, I shouldn't say they were cheated out of it. I don't understand why the bunker didn't even have a look at the potential try for Leilua earlier on. It should be 14-12. Northaluma's in trouble here. Just stays in the field of play. That would have been disastrous. We got a nice look at his undies, though. So yes, Aklesh, welcome along. Come on, the Tigers. My money is on you. What have you? Literally? Your money is literally on them? Have you? Here's a bust! by the Tigers. They've got some space up over halfway. Slips. That's a couple of Tigers players that have slipped now. Third tackle now on the Warriors 40-metre line. And there is space over the other side now. To the right if they spin it. And that's where Tyrone Peachy heads. Garner takes the ball up. They're going to have a chance here at the back end of this set. Assuming they hold the ball. Just hold the ball. Brooks takes it on himself on the fifth tackle. Was probably not the greatest idea because who's going to kick now? It's Madden who is kicking, and it's a decent kick. Nofaluma gets up. Laurie gets it off too. Somebody. Musgrove. Try time. Tigers. Right beside the posts. Now that is a bit more representative of how the game has gone. That's right next to the post. This will be 14-12. And as I was saying just before, the closeness in the statistics, that's a much more representative scoreline of how this game has gone. The Tigers are going to be happier with that going into halftime. Let's have a look here. That's backwards. Dane Laurie grabs it, pops it up. Try time. Well, it wasn't really right on the stroke of halftime, Blocker. Poor Blocker. Blocker's had I shouldn't joke about it, I suppose, but maybe Blocker's had a few too many head knocks back in the day. Oh, please tell me we're not looking at the... Please tell me we're not looking for a knock-on here. Tell me we're not going to look at a knock-on. After getting screwed out of the other try. No, it's all been confirmed, I think. Yes, try confirmed. Harvey T, ahoy. You bet $25 on the Tigers. How do you reckon you'll go? This game, as far as just a straight match betting... You know, Tigers win, Warriors win. Very hard to call. And there it is. Very simple conversion. 14-12. A minute and a half to go till halftime. You're definitely in with a chance. I don't think that the Tigers... I think they were harshly done by the bookmakers by being so far outsiders. But good news for us, right? Good news for us who put money on the Tigers to win. Because we get a better payout, should they actually come through and do it. But, yeah, I thought it would be a much closer game than the odds suggested. They had the Warriors at quite short-priced favourites, I thought. They were $1.60 or $1.70 to the Tigers, $2.20, or I'm not sure what odds you got yourself, but they were around $2.17, $2.20 when I looked. I put money down, but I put money on multis, same game multis. So I've got a 3-leg multi that involves the Tigers winning, and I've got a 4-leg multi that only involves try scorers. So fingers crossed. I've only got 1 leg so far, and that was Pompey, who scored for the Warriors. So we've got 1 leg of my 4-leg multi done and dusted, which is all right. Better than nothing. And the Tigers have shifted it left again, and there's more space. Dummies, Walsh, and still going. Oh, he just needs to hold that ball, and he's in, and he's juggled it and bulldozed into the sideline. Day has been saved. Wow, they're finding a lot of space down the left-hand side. Dummy on Reece Walsh. Stops, makes Reece Walsh look foolish. Reece Walsh is very, very PO'd. If he catches that ball, I think he scores. But he juggled it. He had to reach back for it. That allowed Reece Walsh to come across and make the cover tackle. And that will be half-time, 14-12. That was close. And that was Stafford Toa as well. That would have been a bonus leg in my multi had Stafford Toa scored right on the stroke of half-time there. So this game is as close as I anticipated it being. So just to run through some of the stats, let's have a look at some of the stats here. If I can bring it up. So possessions and completions. 49%. This is what I'm talking about. This is how close this game has been, and it is now reflected in the scoreline. So 49% possession for the Tigers, 51 Warriors. Time in possession, 12 minutes, 8 seconds, Tigers. 13 minutes, 49 Warriors. Completion rate, 72% Tigers, 75% Warriors. What else? Everything is so close, you know. Post-contact meters, 269 Tigers, 238 Warriors. Where there is a huge difference is line breaks and tackle breaks. Line breaks, 3-0 to the Tigers. Tackle breaks, 17-4 Tigers. They should have a lot more territory and a lot more points to show for those line breaks and the tackle breaks. Average set distance, 44.02 meters for the Tigers, 43.89 for the Warriors. Everything is just so close. Harvey T says, do you ever recommend total match points? Bets like 48 points or under. Absolutely. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, on the channel, I'll see if I can find the link without... I'll see if I can find the link without doing too much damage to all my screens that I've got set up here, but... I did earlier my same game multi predictions and tips for the Roosters and Rabbitohs game, which involves staying under the total match points, which is 37.5 for that particular game. So, yeah, I think there are circumstances where it's very much worth looking at. As part of a multi anyway, like, they don't pay enough for just a single bet. They're usually around the $1.90 to $2.10 mark as far as the odds go. And that's just not good enough for me. I like to have a minimum of as close to $10. If I can't get the odds around $10 on the dollar, then I don't usually bother. But that's just me. Janky Jeff says, do they have to win by 13 plus points? Those pay all right. Yeah, you can do the big wins, little wins. On games, they do pay all right, indeed. A lot better than just a straight win. So, yes, I do have total match points in one of my multis for the Rabbitohs game. Rabbitohs Roosters. Coming up later on. So we go into halftime. 14-12 Warriors. This game is close in the statistics. It's now close in the scoreline. I feel like the Tigers probably... They obviously would have wanted that try right before the break. I mean, obviously. I don't need to tell you that. Of course, they wanted the try, but... I feel like the stats... The Warriors are probably going to be quite happy going into the break here. And they're 2 points ahead. They probably shouldn't necessarily be ahead, especially when you look at that Leilua incident. That was definitely a try to the Tigers, in my opinion. It needed to at least be looked at. I can't understand why it wasn't at least looked at. So that's going to be a very big talking point. Daily, Jackson, 1-4, Warriors halftime margin. Is that what you had a bet on? Well, you won that one. Congratulations. Yeah, that would definitely be a win. Oh, yes, Daily, I stream on YouTube, I stream on Twitch, Wasted World of Sports, on all of those. The James Tamou first try scorer. That would have been interesting to see what he was paying. So yes, there's obviously quite a few channels that do live streams and commentary of the NRL games and sports in general. My point of difference, I think, is I like to have a good punt. I love a good punt, you see, so I'm all about the sports betting aspect of the games more so than the games themselves, to be perfectly honest. Like, if I didn't see some potential profit in the same game multis and throw some bets down today, I don't think I would have been watching this game, let alone live streaming it. So I'm all about the punt. Love my sports betting. Sports bet on everything I do. I mean, I gamble responsibly, of course. Always gamble responsibly. But yeah, I love my footy. I love my cricket. The Formula One is on this weekend. The Major League Baseball, big fan of that. Super Rugby. Do it all. Do it all. There's opportunities for money to be made everywhere. You've just got to find it. And it's hard to find. Very hard to find. So, I don't know. We haven't had a win so far this season. Oh, UFC. Yes, that's a good one. You know what else? This it probably sounds ridiculous, but we actually even do bets on the WWE. We got some big wins on the Royal Rumble this year, back in January. So yeah, there's obviously quite a few channels that do this, and I'd like to think that my point of difference is the betting aspect. So they're doing an interview at the moment with Cody. Cody Walker's got chocolates around his neck. I don't understand why he's got chocolates around his neck. Can I just... I can very quickly show this. I obviously can't broadcast the game. I can't broadcast the full game, but I'm pretty sure that I can show this very quickly, just so that you can see what the hell is Cody Walker wearing around his neck. Chocolates. I hope I'm not... I actually hope I'm not offending some sort of traditional... you know what I mean? Some sort of traditional indigenous... That sounds like something I would do unintentionally. All right, so 14-12, halftime to the Warriors. My tip is in a little bit of trouble. My multis are in a little bit of trouble. One of my multis relies on the Tigers to win. The other one doesn't. We just need some try scorers. That's all. Success in one leg. 3 legs still required in that one. It would have been great if Starfatoa got that try. Starfatoa gets that try for the Tigers on halftime. We're looking pretty good for both of them, really. Both multis. And my tips. Everything would be looking very good indeed. Oh, well. Can't win them all, and there's still a long way to go. So I'm going to step out right now. I'm going to have a very quick break so that I can get myself back in time for kickoff in the second half. I personally need the Tigers to have a little bit of a comeback. How did Montoya score? Actually, I really wonder if I'm allowed to. See, I'm really not sure how this all works in terms of obviously I obviously can't stream the whole game live, but I'm just wondering, like, would I be allowed to show highlights? Like, for example, you've just asked me how did Montoya. Oh, no, you haven't asked me how did Montoya score a try. You asked, did Montoya score a try? Sorry. No, it was... his side of the field has been pretty well shut down, really. All the danger for the Warriors has been over on Pompey's side. So, a little disappointing there. What else have we got going on? Women's World Cup, Bangladesh versus Australia. Oh, that's completed. Put a mirror on yourself so others can see. I've seen someone do that before. It's probably not allowed, but there's all sorts of tips and tricks, isn't there, to get around it? I just want, because the thing is, I did a highlights video of the Storm Rabbitohs game, and I used all the footage. Like, I used all the game footage in that highlights video, and nothing, no copyright claim, nothing at all. But oh yes, Tigers scored first try. Damien D. Reiter. Yes, Tigers. James Tamou scored first try. Yeah, so I did this highlights video, and I used all in-game footage of the Storm Rabbitohs game, and I didn't get a copyright claim, but I did a very early live stream in the season of the I think it was the Panthers-Dragons game. Panthers-Dragons last week. And I had the volume turned up slightly too loud, so the commentary, the actual Fox Sports commentary, was coming through in patches through my microphone, and I got done by the NRL for a copyright. So it's like, what are you're copyrighting me for the commentators' voices, but not the highlights package of... I don't know. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, for those of you who are joining me and do want to watch the game and have Discord, I'm sharing my screen on Discord, so you are able to jump on and watch the game there. So I didn't shut the hell up the whole halftime break. Stood here talking like a lunatic, and I didn't get to have my bathroom break. They have kicked off for the second half. The second half is now already 30 seconds old. And it's the Warriors who are going to have the first attacking chance. Oh, the Tigers have got the ball back. Let me grab the Discord. Daily Jackson says you can use footage, not for profit, but not live stream it. Yeah. Okay, so that's why. Yeah. Obviously, I don't stream the live gameplay publicly. Because I totally understand that. But that's interesting. So you can use the footage after the fact, and that's why my highlights video was okay, I guess. So there you go. A little clarification there. Thank you, Daily. But, of course, my Discord is private, and I'm just sharing my screen over there. So if you don't have access to the games and you would like to check it out, that is a way to do that. So I can go ahead and get a link for that. And the Warriors have got an early penalty here for a high tackle. The Tigers players like yelling at Reece Walsh, like, get up, you faker. Oh, he didn't give a penalty. He just blew time up. Okay, so Reece Walsh really was being a cheeky sod there, and interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this link to Discord. For anybody who might want it. Norfoluma with a... And that... Who's the penalty for? Oh, penalty for the Tigers. No, I've got Norfoluma as a try scorer. Oh. All right. So... The doctor's calling for somebody to come off. Aris Tavita is off. Well, I'm going to share a couple of things here for everyone. First of all is our free tipping contest on NRL.com. The official NRL.com tipping contest. That's free to join. That's something that you can participate in. Good opportunity here for the Tigers. Well, you know, $10 is usually my limit, mate, for... I think I've got $10 down on everything in this game. Numbers here. It's been shut down well, though, by the Warriors in defense. Last tackle. Horrible, horrible, horrible option. Juggled by Reece Walsh. Okay, I'm getting way too excited. I suddenly can't speak. Reece Walsh, 1 meter out from his own line, and the Warriors are starting this set. Second tackle, 5 meters out. I'm still trying to find this link. I'm trying to do too many things at once, is what's happening. So I put the link in the Dragons Sharks game, I think. So I just need to go over to that video. and grab it out of the chat room. Watch the game. There we go. Okay, so I've shared the tipping contest. I've shared the Discord. We're all good. We're all good. Okay, I really, really, really need to have a break. Oh, hang on. Let's wait till the end of this set. Tigers are going to get a somewhat attacking kick away, it looks like. So I can't leave yet. They're just stretching it left, right, left, right. Fifth and last. Let's hope they get a better option. Brooks, they're all offside over there on the left, I feel like. And the Warriors have claimed the ball very easily. Adam Pompey very easily. Okay, I'm going to have a quick toilet break. I'll be right back. Fifth and last, Warriors putting the ball up. Turned it into an attacking kick. It wasn't really meant to be. And now the Tigers, after a pretty red-hot start to the second half, fourth tackle, deep in their own territory, really, comparatively. Fifth and last. Well taken by the Warriors there, defusing the bomb. And there's the error from the Warriors. Second tackle. Puts it down. Knocked on. Here's the chance for the Tigers to reclaim the lead. I would just like to point out again, if you haven't been watching the game, if you don't have access to it, Tigers were pretty much robbed out of a try in the first half. Potentially. I mean, it wasn't clear-cut. It wasn't clear-cut by any means, but it deserved a look. At the very least, it deserved a look. It was right beside the post as well. Potentially, this game should be 18-14 to the Tigers. I feel like they deserve the lead. And they've just dropped the ball on the first tackle. And the Warriors get away with it. And this is just a disastrous. And that's a high shot. They got away with that. It slid up off the shoulder, slid up over the head. And now the Warriors have dropped the ball. Wow. That was an error fest. Dropped ball, dropped ball, dropped ball. First tackle, Warriors get it. This is their zero tackle. Zero tackle. Out of dummy half, knock on. This is scrappy stuff. So, just to like to do a little shout out to Canadian Club. Canadian Club. Beautiful drop. Second tackle now, the Tigers. Can they be the first team in this up? No, they can't be. He's just dropped the ball cold. This is just horrendous. I want to see if I can do this, okay? I want to see if I can do this very quickly. Look at to his feet right there. So, oh, and the Warriors have. So the Warriors have done something here and messed up, and the Tigers have got the ball back. If anything, I'm just going to say that this game has pretty much confirmed for me that this is the battle for the wooden spoon. One of these two teams will be the wooden spooners this year. Based on this performance, yes, absolutely. So this is it for the Tigers. They've got to go pretty much the length of the field. And they've got some space here. Can he get through? He's thrown it forward, and that is well and truly the game. Panic, panic, panic. Panic was the name of the game from the Tigers. There was still 20 minutes to go when they started panicking. 20 minutes left in the match. They started to panic. As I said a few times throughout the course of that second half, they were playing like they were behind by about 20 points. They were only behind by 4. You're only 4 points behind. You don't need to play like you need to try every single play. There's plenty of time left. The last 10 minutes completions, 4 of 9 for the Tigers. Sums it up. We're going to be talking about the Leilua no try. Dane Laurie needs to take a good, long, hard look at himself. Wow. Game, set, match. They just were their own worst enemies tonight. The Tigers, they had so many opportunities to win this game. They didn't deserve to win the game in the end. And there it is. There is full time. And the Warriors have won it. I got one leg in my multis. One leg. I wonder if Harvey cashed out his bet. The Tigers should have taken that one. They really should have. Unbelievable. Absolutely incredible. All right. Warriors 16-12. They get the win. What a mess it was. What a messy, messy game. We've got a blockbuster coming up next, though. Rabbitohs, Roosters. It's coming up. I've got a separate video set up for it, so if you would like to join me for that, do feel free to do so. Like, subscribe, follow, whatever it is that you need to do on whatever platform you're on to get alerts for that video coming up, that live stream. I've got some huge, huge same-game multis riding on this game coming up, so it's going to be very exciting. I'm going to be getting a lot more into it than I was this game. So anyways, thank you very much for joining me for this one. It was sort of the Who Cares Cup, the battle for the wooden spoon. I think that pretty much confirms that those two teams are both going to be down the bottom come the end of the year. And the Tigers, my God, that was not good. That was not a good effort at all. All right, my friends, Wasted World of Sports, thank you so much for joining me. There's another game coming up. I will be ending this and setting up a new video for it. So If you would like to check out the Rabbitohs Roosters game, hang out with me for a little bit more, check out the multis that I've got going on, feel free to do so. I'll be back in about 4 minutes' time for that game. Thank you very much for joining me for this one. Warriors 16-12 winners over the Tigers. Absolute disaster of a game. But anyways, I'll see you in a few minutes for the next kickoff. Cheers.